Hey everybody, it's Sandro and welcome back to How to Date a Magical Girl. Right. Like, what was I playing again? Right, that. And again, I hope it's actually recording. Because I can't tab out the check because the game will crash. And I don't know why, if that's a recurring issue I have with visual novels, if I play them in full screen, which I would prefer to do. So I'm going to go with it for now and just pray that I'm not losing content. But I don't want to have to go over it. It takes something out of it if I have to go back over something I've already done. It's like, ooh, I can either pretend to react to it, or I can just sit here and go, well, I've seen this before, so it's not surprising or new anymore. It's belated. Anyway, buzz, right. Shut up. I should, yes, thank you. Please, for the love of all that is holy, shut up. You're going to school and nothing about this is holy. You've been abandoned by any celestial powers. I begrudgingly open my eyes, and I'm greeted by the sight of my alarm clock having a seizure on the floor. Oh, look how quaint and your house, your little apartment or bedroom, whatever. This is boring. It's just, I mean, it looks nice. It's clean and everything. It's just kind of, it has that bland look to it. It's just, you know, the character has no imagination. The glowing red numbers taunt my blurry vision by fading in and out at full speed. I grin around my eyes, trying to clear my vision. Finally, I can make out the numbers on the clock nearby. Clearly, 8:02 a.m. I yawn. Thankfully, it's still early. I've got nothing to do today except eat leftovers, so why did I set my alarm for such an early time? 8:03. I smack my lips at thought of the cold Chinese takeout waiting for me in the refrigerator. Eating nice. 8:04. I stifle a yawn. Some distant thought is tugging at the back of my mind. Have I forgotten something important about today? Did I have something more serious to do than eat leftovers? 8:05. Nah, impossible. Nothing important going on in my life right now. Maybe Hikari said she'll visit today or something like that. 8:06. Oh yeah. Something's coming back to me. School? Am I supposed to go to school today? 8:07. I feel like a bucket of cold water is just splashed over my head. Oh, God. The thing is, I still have nightmares about that shit, though. Ugh, like missing school or getting to school late or something, or weird surrealist nightmares about high school where it's like the school has become this vast labyrinthian just absolute maze of twisted corridors and towers. It's just, oh, God. I feel like a bucket of cold water is just splashed over my head. Suddenly wide awake, I realize I've completely forgotten that today is my first day at the academy. This is, I mean, okay. Everything's coming back to me now, including the fact that Hikari told me first year orientation starts at 8:30 sharp. Nice whistle right there. Stop it. 8:08. I can't believe it's my first day at the academy. Okay, really? What will Hikari think of me? More importantly, what will the cute magical girls I've never met think of me? I leap out of bed like a frog launching from a lily pad, and I immediately regret the action because I'm still tangled up in my blankets and they drag me down to the floor. I narrowly avoid hitting my head. However, I do smack my elbow and scream out in pain. Thankfully, I thank my lucky stars I didn't get hurt before frantically scrambling to my feet and missing crucial words and inserting. I dash out of my room and into the kitchen. I open the fridge and am greeted by the wafting aroma of cold, sweet and sour pork leftovers. I grab the container unceremoniously and launch it across the kitchen, cheering when it lands in the open microwave. Well, I mean, maybe you should have gotten in on like a sports scholarship or something, because I know I could have made something like that. It would have splattered all over the counter, and then I would have to clean it up, depressed and angry at myself for fucking up something. I dash to the microwave and mash the keypad blindly. The light flickers to life and the machine starts up with a sputter and a hum. While my excellent choice of breakfast is being cooked to perfection, I decide to get dressed. Phrasing is important here, otherwise we'll just go mad with how absolutely depressing your life is. When I reach my closet, I come to the sinking realization I don't have an academy uniform yet. I heave open the doors with a sigh, only to be greeted by the sight of an unfamiliar dry cleaning bag on a coat hanger. With a confused frown, I pull the bag down and find a note written on the front in cute handwriting. I went to the trouble of picking up your new uniform for you. You owe me one, Hikari. Oh, about Hikari, she thinks of everything, seeing as I can't think for myself. I turn over the dry cleaning bag and pull out the brand new uniform. I'm in the middle of climbing into my new threads. Hello there, fellow kids. Just as an angry cacophony of beeps and boops calls me from the kitchen. Breakfast is ready. I finish donning my amazing new outfit and rocket into the kitchen to throw food into my gullet. My breakfast is demolished in a personal record of 12.74 seconds, and then I'm out the door in a flash. I hardly even know where I'm going, but I recall Akari saying the academy is walking distance from my home. It's not hard to find a map on my phone, so I load that up and begin my hurried walk. A little time passes and I realize I'm going the opposite direction once the map loads and says it's back that way, fucker. I say 24 a.m. Can I make it in time? The map on my phone tells me I'll arrive in 8 minutes. I'll be a little late, but a couple of minutes never hurt anyone, right? I wonder if Akari will be there to greet me at the school gate. It'd be nice to see a familiar face after this whirlwind of the morning. My power walk evolved into a jog when I see the school gates looming in the distance. I can't believe it. I'm actually gonna make it. What bullshit excuse for modern art is this squiggly nonsense? Oh, just take some large balls or something and bend them into circles and whoop, there you go. You've got a kind of a spirally thing. It's eye-catching and people will think it's intelligent, so let's go with it. There's a few other strangling students making their way into the school. They're all wearing the academy's uniform, including its signature pastel yellow vest. I noticed that all the other students are female. I suppose it's not too surprising. This is a school for magical girls, after all. Still, it's the first time I'm witnessing such a thing. And see, I'm avoiding a trope by going with a single character here, because otherwise it would have been I'm the only male character at a school full of girls. Ha 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 ha, contrived. For some reason I was just slapping my phone to the palm of my hand. I don't know why. Maybe I wish I had like a bludgeon or a crop or something. Right. I finally reach the school gates. When I peer beyond them, I can see the other students entering what looks to be the school hall. I suppose where the orientation is being held. For some reason, I almost read that as prison, which is accurate enough. I glance around to see if Akari's there. No luck though. Maybe she's waiting for me inside the hall. I break into a run toward the school hall, sprinting as fast as my unfit legs can carry me. I weave in and around the students, also making a mad dash forward. I'm nearly there. I can almost taste my fashionably late arrival. Entrance. That too. My foot snags onto the student's shoe. Guess I wasn't quick enough to get out of their way. I don't even have the time to let out a gasp as I fall flat on my face in the pavement. I was so close. I nearly made it. No, I'm just lying on the ground, face down like an idiot. A little squeal erupts from in front of me. My first thought is that maybe I squashed some small, cute animal when I fell, like a kitten, or a squirrel that could squeal. I push myself off the ground and am greeted by an unexpected sight. If it's panties, oh, no, well, stockings, so. Oh, hello, glasses. Yui Akiyama. Alright. Oh no, there are panties, never mind. Polka dot too. Why am I fucking... A cute girl wearing glasses has fallen on the ground in front of me. She looks to be about my age, so I assume she's a first-year student as well. She's trying and failing to cover up her panties, which I believe the entire world can now see. Eek! Don't look! I bashfully turned my head away for a second at least. For at least a second. Then I turned back to her because I just can't stop looking. Stop looking! Yeah, see? I'm sorry, I think I knocked you over, which is why I'm still staring at you. That's my excuse. No, I think it was my fault. I was in a rush and wasn't looking where I was going. You know what I also realized? I didn't check the time again. I don't know. Fuck it. Are you hurt? No, I'm okay. The girl's still trying to adjust her skirt so that she can rescue her dignity. Are we really late for orientation? Yeah, I think so. That's terrible. I promised myself I'd make it on time. I can't believe I just slept in. I'm a stupid girl. Hey, now don't beat yourself up. I'll help you with that. No. I slept in too. You don't understand. I only slept in because I went to bed at 3 a.m. I know that well. Ah, fuck. Let's go to bed at 4 in the morning when I have to get up at 6. 2 hours of sleep. Maybe about an hour and a half since I'll be probably laid there for 30 minutes trying to figure out what's wrong with my life. That went to a dark place. Even though I promised myself I wouldn't stay up so late, that also happens at the time. This girl sure seems interesting. Wonder what could have caused her to stay up so late the day before school starts. Internet, cat videos, watching random Let's Plays, I don't know. Why are we up till 3 a.m.? That's too embarrassing to answer. Was it porn? Come on, now you can tell me. It's not like we're strangers. I mean, I've seen your... That's not a good point to bring up. Yeah, don't say it. Oops. Why do so many visual novel protagonists just suffer from a very, from an incurable case of complete social ineptitude? It's not even just social awkwardness. It's just flat out like, hey, there are things you probably shouldn't say or bring up in general conversation. I'm gonna do that all the time. Fine. I'll tell you why I was up so late, because it's such a dastardly schemer with a silver tongue, I guess. Why are you telling me these things? I was watching films. It was porn, wasn't it? Films, huh? Oh, I don't know what kind of films. It's not my fault I have trouble going to bed after watching horror movies. So is that an honest answer, or is that your excuse? I had to see shadows lurking in every corner, and I get too scared to even try to sleep. I don't expect someone like you to know what it's like. To become so engrossed in a tale of the macabre that all the hairs in your body stand on end. To be frightened, senseless at the slightest strange sound from within your own home. Until you've experienced that kind of paralyzing terror, you'll never understand the joy of cult horror films. Well, no, it's just that most horror is so absolutely bland these days that it doesn't affect me, but, you know, whatever. The girl was breathing heavily, obviously exhausted from her passionate outburst. Or just overly excited about it for some reason. The thought of being in danger. I think she may have a screw loose. Don't we all, though? You haven't lived until you've seen the film that makes your toes curl, chills your bones, and gives you goosebumps at all at the same time. I'll take your word for it. So this girl likes to scare herself senseless, and then she wonders why she can't get to sleep at a decent hour. So, you still haven't covered up your, you know... The girl squeals in embarrassment. I'd feel sorry for her if the view wasn't in my favor. Stop looking! Sorry, no you're not. Why am I cursed with such bad luck? How can something so embarrassing happen on the very first day of school? Because the plot demands it. I suppose I understand why she's so distressed. Maybe I should try and say something to calm her down. No, don't, because you'll just fuck it up and make it worse. By the way, what's your name? Okay, good start. Yes, that's okay. My name? Name, yes. Well, what is this name? Yeah, is that such an unusual question? No, I suppose not. My name is Yui. Yui Akiyama. Pleased to meet you, I guess. Nice to meet you too, Panties. I mean, Yui, my name is Addison. I get to my feet and dust myself off. Reach out a hand to Yui. Here, help you up. Oh, she's blinking. Oh no, there's animation in the game. Oh no. Now this game has the fucking horror tag and the disturbing. How are they going to use this to their advantage? I swear that Yui blushes for a second before grabbing my hand. Her fingers are so soft and delicate. Warm. She grips my hand ever so lightly, and I manage to lift her to her feet. Thank you. I'm sorry we had to meet her under such distressing circumstances. Blushes. Don't sweat it. I'm just happy to have met you at all. The soft red blush returns to her cheeks, and she looks away shyly. We should go. I should go. Commander. Yeah. Without another word, Yui takes the lead and walks in front of me. I follow behind her obediently. Okay, just pretty typical for the most part. I can't quite make out what's on these. We make our way to the entrance of the school hall. The big wooden doors are closed, barring our way forward. Yui tries pulling the handle. The door is stuck fast, because of course it is. Jammed. She frowns and changes tactics, pushing the door instead. Still no luck. The door is securely locked. Do they really lock out latecomers? Guess so. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna be punished for missing orientation. I don't think I can handle detention. Calm down. I'm sure we're not gonna be punished. We'll just have to wait here until orientation ends, I suppose. I give you a shrug. If we wait around for the students to leave the hall, we'll surely run to Hikari. Hikari will know what to do. She always does, because I never do. In the meantime, why don't we get to know each other? I can't talk. Yui doesn't say anything. A downtrodden expression has etched itself onto her features. She leans against the wall and lets out a sigh. So... do you know any magic? Either she doesn't hear me or she's choosing to ignore me now. Her eyes are closed as she tries to block out, as though trying to block out the world around her. Oh yeah, in all the fucking haste, I'd actually completely forgotten that this was a magical girls' school. And it looks like just a regular fucking... Why couldn't it have at least had some, like, Little Witch Academia kind of shit going on, for fuck's sake? Well, not much I can do, I suppose. I slump down and sit on the ground. I have no idea how long orientation goes for, or how long we'll be waiting around here. Ellipses. Piss off. A bell rings. Finally, orientation's finished. Ba, da, da, da. I'm liking this chill little track here. The doors of the second of the school hall. That looks nothing like the word second, you absolute degenerate. Swing wide open and a flood of students leak out of the building. There must be hundreds of girls all scurrying forward. Ugh. As they exit the hall, they split into different directions, surely heading towards their first class of the day. If only I knew where my classes were. What my classes were. Also where, that helps. I could head towards where I'm supposed to go, but I have no clue what I'm doing here. I need to find Hikari. I really need to find her because I can't exist without her. She's my handler. I stand to the side as all the students tumble out of the hall. I lose sight of Yui on the other side of the crowd. Oh well, she stopped talking to me anyway. Not my fault. I desperately try to catch a glimpse of Hikari's familiar face in the crowd. It doesn't help that she's shorter than most of the students, or that I often forget what she looks like. So she'll likely be lost in the group. I suddenly feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around. You idiot! How could you miss orientation? I was waiting inside the hall for you, and then they locked the doors. I had to sit by myself. Oh no. I was the one locked outside. Hikari, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. You let me down, Addison. You're going to make this up to me. I will. I'm really sorry. Okay, don't promise something if you don't know what she's going to ask in return for it. What happened anyway? Did you sleep in? Well, yeah, I did, but I actually got here at a decent time. The problem is, I knocked the girl over and we got caught up talking. Another girl? Yeah, actually. Don't you dare go yandere on me. Because the crowd is thinned out, I can see you standing awkwardly by the doors. It was that girl over there. I pin the blame on her. Hikari looks towards Yui, standing all alone. I see. Is she a first year as well? She looks lost. Yeah, I think so. We should induct into our cult. I mean, what? Since we got locked outside, we weren't sure what to do. What do? Typos. Or where to go. I was kind of hoping you could help us, Hikari. Hikari almost looks sad just for a moment, but then a bright smile flashes across her face. We can induct her. I'm always happy to help. Now that orientation's over, we have to go to our homeroom and meet our teacher. I can lead the way. Hikari begins to skip away. I grab Yui's attention with a wave and beckon her towards us. What is it? One of us. One of us. One of us. We can go to our homeroom and meet our teacher now. You want to follow us? Yeah, okay. Thanks. The art so far is really cute, by the way. I actually do really like it. The character art in particular, I mean. The background art is fine, but it's just kind of normal, samey. Yeah. With that, the three of us make our way to the classroom. The classroom is noisy. Okay, yeah, that's par for the course usually. There must be 30 students packed in, chatting away and waiting for the teacher to arrive. Hikari managed to find... Now I'm starting to skin the background. Hikari managed to find seats for myself and Yui, all lined up next to each other. Not a bad arrangement if I do say so myself. I glance... I'm an expert in seat arrangement, so I'm very proud of her work. It's up to my standards. I glance around the room. It all feels very familiar, just like high school over again. Ugh. The students are even in cliques, and it's only the very first day. There's a group of sporty-looking girls at the back of the class. One of them is bouncing a basketball for some reason. I don't know why she brought that to the academy. Maybe just to reinforce her clique stereotype? This is my support my emotional support basketball. At the front of the class are the bookworms. They're shy, speaking only in whispers, and glancing nervously around at the students. As a bookworm myself, I always try to sit at near the middle to rear of the class. That way I would be not necessarily in one of the places where you're most obviously trying to hide, but also in a place where you're where the teacher usually won't notice you. That way you can sleep, or read, or pretend to work while sleeping. At the front of the class, I read that right. Hanging out by the classroom doors are the rebellious girls. A few of them have streaks of neon color dyed in their hair because that's how you know they're rebellious. Or how they're trying to be rebellious, but don't exactly know how to do it, and they're just mostly up to it for attention. The uniforms are untidy and a few have cut off their sleeves. Ooh. And here in the middle of the class are Hikari, you, and myself. Hikari and I go way back, of course. I've just met Yui. As for Hikari and Yui's relationship, I don't think they've spoken a single word to each other. Will they become friends? Time will tell. Important questions. The clamor of voices quiets down as the classroom door opens and a woman enters. She makes her way to the front of the class, offers a smile, and begins her speech. Oh, hello. Satomi. Good morning, class. I'm your homeroom teacher, Miss Atsuka. Atsuka? I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. I mean, like the finer points of the pronunciation, but you can call me by my first name, Satomi. You'll find that I'm a very informal teacher, unlike any teacher you've had during your school years for sure. Does your pen have a floating crown over it? Is this your wand? It's my hope that we'll all become friends during your first year here at the academy. I hope that we can build a relationship and that carries on long after you graduate. This new teacher, Satomi, seems really nice. I can't really pick out just one defining feature of this new teacher. No, I'd have to pick two. She has two very large, defining features. On a less shallow note, I guess she has an inviting smile. Overall, she's definitely not bad for an older woman. Wow. She seems to have captured the class's attention. There's two very large reasons why she did so. Even the rebellious girls have taken a seat to show their respect. Or something like that, I guess. Let's just call it respect. I'm sure you all have a million questions burning in your brains, especially after orientation. Rest assured, I'm here to help every one of you achieve your goals and get good grades during the year. As your homeroom teacher, I'll offer you support and guidance. If you need assistance with any of your subjects, you can always come to me. Satomi claps her hands together and beams. Now then, with that out of the way. As she takes a step forward, her elbow knocks over a stack of papers on her desk. Important-looking documents scatter over the floor. The class gasps, then falls silent, waiting to see how she reacts to the mess she just made. Oops. Why that sound effect, though? Satomi's face turns bright red, and then she bends down to pick up the papers. She lowers herself, and a loud thud echoes through the classroom as her head slams into the corner of the desk. What? The class gasps once more, then silence. Ouch! I hear a slight giggle from Yui seated next to me. She obviously thinks this whole affair is pretty funny. Here, I was expecting your typical she bent over to get a panty shot sequence, but no, she just... What is this music? And can it not? Just in general. A few girls rush up to the front of the class to help out help the teacher pick up her papers. When Satomi stands up, I can make out the faint purple outline of a bruise forming on her forehead. Oh. After two clumsy failures, Satomi hasn't exactly managed to maintain her composure. She's glowing red and a bead of embarrassed sweat trickles down her face. Class, if you could all just ignore that little spectacle, I would greatly appreciate it. A few students giggle quietly. Satomi does her best to continue with her speech. Somehow she hasn't entirely lost the class's respect, which is admirable. Okay, class, where was I? Oh yes, for our first piece of business today, piece looks absolutely nothing like year. God. I'll be covering the subjects you'll be learning this year. Let's begin. There are 3 core subjects you must all attend in order to progress to the academy. These subjects are magical history, practical magic, and alchemy. Any other subjects you choose to undertake at the academy are optional, but will provide credits toward your overall degree. Am I gonna have to balance things? Please say no. I'm the most disorganized. In magical history class, learn all about the origins of the magical girls that have become commonplace in our world. One of our ancient foremothers, was named Elodie. She barely survived into adulthood. You'll discover how they came into being and their importance in our modern society. In practical magic class, you'll undertake rigorous magical training to hone your minds and bodies. You'll learn spells and abilities that are essential for a magical girl to undertake her duties. Finally, in alchemy class, you'll become familiar with the arts of crafting magical items. From magical swords and staves to potions and portals, this is where your creativity will be put to a test. That's already out the window. Huh. This all sounds pretty cool. I had no idea there was so much involved with becoming a magical girl. Really. I hear the hurried scratching of pen on paper up to my left. Hikari is scribbling notes frantically, her tongue sticking out the side of her mouth as she concentrates. To my right, Yui's also taking notes, though she's decorated the page of her notebook with doodles of a wicked witch stirring a cauldron. Your time here at the Academy will be one of the most memorable experiences of your life. In fact, when you look back on these days, you may think it was all just a dream. Hint, hint, right? You're just reinforcing my theory, goddammit. Don't do this to me. That's how pleasant your days here will be. With that said, don't think you can just slack off. In order to graduate, you will need to put in a lot of hard work, or be like me and start slacking off so hard in your final year of high school that you have to really crunch at the end of the year just to barely eke out a passing grade. Oh, God. In order to graduate, you'll need to put in a lot of hard work. Don't expect to excel at every class. All students are different, and you may find that what comes natural to you is very difficult for someone else. It's important to not let your classes and studying time dominate your life. Socialize, make friends. No, I don't want to. Take the time to relax once in a while. That I can get behind. I highly recommend joining a club. No, thank you. When you get the chance. We host a variety of fun clubs you can attend in your free time. Take part in activities and meet new people. I joined like one club in high school, and it was this like quote unquote like my overachiever club that was founded by a guy an alumni who had donated a huge amount of money to the school. It was an absolute fucking mess. They actually failed to hand out information to every member of the club, so quite a lot of us, myself included, actually missed certain activities. There was one thing where they had like a bunch of non-profit organizations come to the school one day to do like a non-profit scavenger hunt where you're supposed to go around to each booth and get information from them. Half of them didn't show up because I guess they just didn't care enough, or I don't know, maybe they weren't informed either. It was just one massive mess. And it started off in the earlier of the year so strong, like them having this big banquet at a country club where all the members were invited, and it was nice and cool, and they had the members of the previous year come and talk about how they went and helped with, cleaning up storm damage, etc., and none of that ever actually happened. So I dropped out of the club the next year, and I never stopped getting pamphlets about it. Like, come back. No. You didn't give me anything to make it worth it. In fact, you just made yourself seem like an unorganized embarrassment, so fuck off. With my life story out of the way, because I'm sure you're all super interested in that. Finally, to wrap up my little speech, I need to tell you what to expect at exam time. The Academy runs exams twice during the year. You can expect an exam each semester. And let me guess, I'm actually going to have to participate in game, aren't I? The key attributes we assess on you on are magic, alchemy, perception, and expertise. Perception? Okay, why? And expertise just sounds so vague. It's important to focus on raising these attributes during your study. God damn it, it is gonna give me stats and make me manage them. The inside time. You can improve your attributes, so theory or practice, there's no wrong way to go. Yeah, there is a wrong way. It's to go at all. Reading books, taking time to study, practicing spells, and performing alchemy, all these activities will help you improve your attributes. You may find that other activities outside of school also help you out. Be sure to explore and find out what works best for you. If your key attributes are high enough to come exam time, you will no doubt perform very well. So as long as you work hard at improving yourself, you have no need to stress. That's a lie. Should you fail at your exams, well, let's not go into that today. Okay? You'll be taken aback and shot. I'm sure you will all succeed with flying colors. Satomi smiles widely at the class. Her smile was more like a papier-mâché mask that reeked of lies. Everyone seems to be in a good mood after hearing her passionate speech. That's one way to refer to it as, sure. I went through the subjects she talked about in my head. Magical history, practical magic, and alchemy. I remembered 3 things! Good for me! They all sound fairly interesting. No, they don't. I get the feeling I'll enjoy practical magic the most. After all, isn't that about casting spells and seeing real magic happen before your eyes? One could hope, but it's also probably what's going to potentially kill us the most. Satomi wraps up her little speech with a few heartfelt quotes from some famous magical girls. Also including the final words uttered by Elodie before she, I don't know, tripped over something and smashed her head into the corner of a desk and died. Or something along those lines. Yeah. I started getting hungry, so I began to zone out. This character is almost like my spirit animal. And on that note, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I hope it recorded properly, and I'll see you in the next episode.